Good morning, Sam. I'm very nice to have Dr. Sam Newton, our expert on all things Anglo-Saxon.
Careful with the word expert, there's another meaning there.
And the particular site we're talking about is Portskewett, which sounds a very odd name, but it was one of those sites that there were two things came together, really. The local group led by, what was the lady's name?
Kate Smith.
Kate Smith, that's right.
Did a lovely job.
They sort of got a petition together, which they sent to Cadw, which is the sort of Welsh version of English Heritage, I suppose.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of work with Cadw. They're a rather fine bunch. We like.
I thought so. And they produce wonderful guidebooks with beautiful photographs and the reconstruction graphics, I think.
Yes.
Like Victor used to do.
The rather strange thing about this was that here are you, effectively an East Anglian, with all well, you know what I mean, all the references to the East. And somehow Time Team typically managed to find ourselves looking for Anglo-Saxons in Wales.
Yes.
There was a good reference in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, which...
That was it, yeah.
You must have spent a large proportion of your life, I would have thought, translating.
Yeah, all right. Don't rub it in. But...
Amazing thing to have done.
Yes.
Could you show us the Portskewett reference, which was one of the things that interested us in the site, if the technology will all hold together?
Well, they really are proud of that reference there. So this is the entry for the year 1065 in manuscript D. Here on this some year, for unto Hlafmasson, het Harold Yol, Bootlian on Brutlander at Portskewett, there he hit Yagan havda, and there mickle good to Yagaderoda. And Thoctor don Kung, Yadward, there to Habana for Huntolthers Thingen.
Wonderful.
It is wonderful, and an unusual entry, because that part of Wales has not really been mentioned before. There's already been an Anglo-Norman, Anglo-Saxon penetration of Herefordshire, and Hereford well established for quite some time now as an English outpost. Much warfare between the Welsh and the Anglo-Saxons.
What date is this document that you're reading? When was this written?
Oh, this is only not long after at all. The original entry must be near contemporary. The entries for 1065.
So there we were. The locals had sent in the petition to Cadw.
Yeah.
And it was a scheduled ancient monument, therefore very important, very protected. We needed Cadw's permission. You'd come across this reference to Harold, or they'd come across the reference to Harold, and we discussed that with you, and we decided to go. And what was it we were looking for? And bearing in mind how difficult it is to find Anglo-Saxon settlements, what on earth gave you the confidence that we were likely to find something there?
The precision of the reference, the place name reference, the connection with Harold, and the broader strategic context is Harold invading South Wales and his brother Tostig, when they were still getting on with one another, invading North Wales at the same time. It was a final effort to really drive the Welsh back and put a stop to all the raids across the border into Herefordshire and beyond. And it because of the seniority, the authority, the near contemporary authority of the original entry, as I said before, end of year, it must originally have dated to. It was solid, and that's how the place. Mick makes a very good point that they had the reference, they had the field with obvious archaeological features in it, and so they put the two together and decided that was the place. But that was probably, as Mick pointed out at the time, antiquarian speculation. But as it turned out, and that was one of the positive outcomes, of course, of the programme, was that we were able to really say that was very likely was the place, especially right at the end. Steve came up with some Anglo-Saxon pottery, late 11th century Anglo-Saxon pottery, which is very good.
Sam, worth watching this program? Why? Why would you advise people to watch Portskewett, The Hunting of King Harold?
A classic time team with not just the local involvement right from the start, charmingly undertaken by Kate, community right from the start, wonderful landscape, exemplary use of the old time team helicopter, the added bonus of seeing Phil at sea doing very well. And despite he was unable to wield a shovel, there was no shortage of remarks and contributions from him. The good old team right from Ian, the digger drivers, and the teams in the trenches. Matt doing very well as well. I loved it not just because of the absolutely perfect documentary contribution which I was able to make, playing to my strengths, but also when you were a bit short-handed, probably because you didn't have Phil's shovel being wielded, I was able to join in on the trenches as well. And I even found a little bit of Welsh pottery a bit later than was required, but you found plenty of other stuff as well.
Very nice, Sam. Thank you for that. That's Portskewett. That's Series 15, Episode 13. That'll be on Time Team Classics coming up. And I think we should probably play Portskewett out with a little bit of your gentle Anglo-Saxon harp.
How kind.
With a few Anglo-Saxon lines if you want to add, but this is your reproduction.
The Royal Lyre of Sutton Hoo replica. And I'll just do a little instrumental, I think, on this occasion. Yeah, the sustain.
Very nice. That was very nice, Sam. And we got a nice shot of your dog stretching quietly.
Oh, yes. They love to sleep when I'm doing all the talking. Thank you.
Good.
Pleasure.